Alrighty, everyone. I hope you all are excited. I'm just getting word that we are ready for our next run. Celeste All Cassettes, run by koalaila. Take it away.
Yep, I'm koalaila. King J here will be referring to me as Milton, so we'll just leave that for the rest of the run.
Yeah, hi, I'm King J. Milton will be referring to me as Joey for the rest of the run, so we'll leave that as is too. I also run Celeste. I haven't touched it in a hot minute, but I know all the intricacies of it, so I'm excited to see this.
Yep, so this run we're going to be collecting all the cassettes, and we'll also be getting 4 hearts, so we can get to core to get the final cassette. And that's pretty much it. Otherwise, it's going to be a normal beat the game. And yeah, that's all there really is to the run. There's gonna be a few tricks that will be explained later on, and kind of general movement. Otherwise, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, and this game is very focus heavy, so I don't think koalaila will be talking that much.
Yeah.
It'll likely be a lot of me waffling, so I hope you enjoy. And I did see there that yeah, we can speak Canadian.
You get to be Canadian.
Yay, it's me. Fun fact: Celeste Mountain is actually a real thing in Canada. So if you live in Canada, you can climb Celeste Mountain. Maybe don't if you're not prepared. But yeah.
All right, I think we're all set, right?
I think so. I think we're good.
All right, so we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck. So this is Celeste. If you haven't heard of this game, you probably live under a rock. This is like one of the best known indie precision platformers out there. It's literally designed for speedrunning. The devs are speedrunners, as you can see by the in-game timer in the top left. There are 3 things that we can do in this game. We can jump, we can grab, and we can dash. All of the movements that you're going to be seeing are different combinations of those things. And everything that you see Milton going for, they actually teach you in the base game. So right there we had Prologue, which had no dashes, but now we're going to go very fast.
Oh, I lost my speed.
As you can see here.
Oh, we're good.
Yeah, so right here you're seeing wall bounces where you dash up against the wall and then jump. That's how you get a lot of vertical height. You're seeing just a bunch of dashing and jumping in succession. If you do what's called a super, where you dash and then jump a couple frames after you dash, you actually maintain your dash as you jump. So you're able to basically do 2 dashes. And that's going to be the main form of doing skips and stuff like that, is making sure we use our dashes in a specific way that we are able to keep them.
Yeah.
And this is all cassettes. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was just about to say, yeah, most of this is going to be chaining it, and then occasionally, like right here, we're going to go up for the cassette. And I'm going to mention this right now, because this is the one time that we do this. We're going to actually be exiting map here, so that we can go back to the last checkpoint, which is closer to where we're going to be.
Yeah, and this saves time for in-game time, because of how the timer is and stuff like that. We only care about in-game time in this game, and we don't really care about RTA that much. Obviously, we are timing whatever we get in this event by RTA, and specifically with the estimate as well, that's also by RTA. But this game is all IGT.
Yeah. The only reason we're doing that one is because that's the only one that actually saved time for both RTA and IGT, because it's a lot faster to go back. But yeah, that's first.
Also, blink and you miss it, but we're done chapter 1.
We're done with chapter 1.
Like, that's it. This game is very impressive to watch if you've only played it casually. So every chapter kind of has these gimmicks that they throw at us. So coming up in Old Site here, we are going to have 2 main gimmicks. The first one, first we're actually going to go get our first part. We need 4 of these for the run, and we're going to be getting one of them in, or one or two of them in a very specific way, in a very interesting way. But this is the first one where it's like in the A side as you'd expect. We also restore chapter there. It saves a little bit in-game time and travel time as well. But the main thing that we're going to be seeing here is the dream blocks coming up, which you can dash through, which is really cool.
Yep, so once we get to this little trigger over here in this next room, we're going to be able to, story-wise, we look at our reflection and we're like, oh, and then Battlein, which is going to be revealed again later, basically activates dream blocks for us. And here we are with our second cassette. Gonna wait for this.
Yeah, we also saw our only glitch in the run, which is the, when we got into that cutscene that activated the dream blocks. The game stores your Y position, but changes your X position to where you should be in the cutscene. And so because of that, we are able to trick the game into spawning us inside the dream block. And that saves like 3 seconds, but it's like the only glitch in the run.
Yeah. And here we are, we're back. We saw Battlein, talked to her for a bit. We skipped cutscene because we don't like cutscenes. But yeah, she's now chasing us.
Yeah, Battlein basically acts like the Cosmic Clones in like Mario Galaxy 2, which we saw earlier in the event. And she basically runs 3 seconds behind you. So if you run into her, you die. Like most things in this game.
Yep. And I always mention this, so if you haven't played the game at all or seen it, I highly recommend reading or playing it to learn about the story, because the story is really good. It's a very heartwarming story.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a trigger warning though for those people like suffering from depression, and it goes into that a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it does a really good job of it. But it might be a little triggering for anybody who has gone through stuff like that. And that's basically chapter 2. We did have our awake section coming up because guess what? It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
So, yeah. Just like every good movie plot twist.
Yeah, here's the best example of chaining extended dashes. This is kind of where it's most known for, this section. You can get some crazy tap strats, and
yeah.
It looks really cool. But yep, that's chapter 2 done.
What you're seeing there is a technique called ultra dashes, where you do a chains hyper dash, which is something they teach you at in the B sides, which we'll get to later what those are, and then they also teach you. But what they don't teach you is that after you do a hyper dash, if you do another dash down diagonal, you get an immense amount of speed, and that's like the fastest amount of speed you can do.
There you go.
Now, right here, we saw this to get the heart in the last chapter. The game teaches us that you can, or not even teaches us, but like, we abuse the fact that we keep our dash in transitions. And we also keep speed in transitions, and that's very important because, like, knowing the best part about like getting into speedrunning this game is just like 1, dying less, but 2 is knowing how you want to enter each room and knowing what to do if you die in a room and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is the best example of it. This chapter is heavily based on cycles, and cycles do not like when you die. So, I
like that. Yeah, so this is all very cycle-based, as you can see by these dust bunnies. This is definitely the chapter where a lot of people quit playing the game casually, because this is really where the game starts picking up difficulty in both the speedrun and casually.
And in length, this is one of the longer chapters.
Yeah, from now on, like you saw, like chapters 1 and 2 took us like 2 minutes each, but from now on, these chapters are gonna take even like the better runners like 5 to like 7 minutes sometimes. Yeah.
This one will probably take us around 6.5.
I'm looking at you, Summit. That's gonna take a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about all cassettes really quick. Cassettes are a collectible in this game. There's multiple different collectibles. The cassettes unlock the B-sides, which are basically part or variations of the levels. We will see a B-side, possibly 2. Yeah, so this was a category made. It started off as a category extension, but then got moved to main board. And honestly, it's kind of the cult classic category. It's kind of cool. It's basically extended any percent. So you're gonna see any percent, but also the other two A sides, or sorry, the other A side afterwards, which is 4. This is a very punishing screen to die on. Yeah.
Because cycle is messed up, you know, we love our cycles.
Yeah, so the way that cycles work, they have 2 different cycles with these dust bunnies. The dust bunnies have a cycle when you enter the room and a cycle when you die. And so you have to kind of memorize both of those, so that's what you're supposed to do in those situations. So right here we went a different path than what we would normally do in any percent. We went down first, or sorry, right first. And the reason why is we're going to go get this heart, and we are going to...
We're going to change our position real quick.
Here. Yeah, we're going to go over here, get this heart, and we're going to, on purpose, die. And now we're up here.
Yep.
That skips a cutscene, and it saves about 10 seconds. And that's honestly like one of the coolest things, because after each time you go through one of these sections, there's 3 of these in these huge mess sections, you have to talk to Oshiro, and it's slow.
Yeah.
Oshiro, we're gonna leave him a bad review on y'all. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he's making us do cleaning. This is not nice.
This is not what I want in my 5-star hotel. This is definitely not up there.
Yeah. Marketed as
This is
the
not
hotel.
on the. This is not on the level of the sleep in from Taste.
Oh, I hope
only like 4 people are gonna understand that joke. I'm sorry. All right,
oh,
right here.
No, that's not it. We're gonna go
Never
back.
mind, that was not it.
There we go.
All right, right there. You just saw him jump off spikes, and that's you may think that's not allowed. That is allowed. If you're moving away from spikes, you can actually jump off a wall that has spikes on it, and that's really cool.
There's also another variant of that called corner jumps. I don't know if that's actually the name. That's what I call it, where you can jump. You can jump on the corners of blocks if you're running away from them when you shouldn't be able to, but that's the game for you.
Also, I'm gonna quickly apologize if we gloss over stuff in this run. There is so much to cover in this game, and it's a 50-minute run. We cannot cover everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best as it comes up. Alright, so coming up in this room is normally where we do something called a demo dash. Unfortunately, we don't get to see that because it is slower, but we have to go over here to get this cassette.
Oh, that was close.
But yeah, this is the category that me and Milton both started running together, and we both did a couple runs of it. We thought it was pretty cool, and really cool to see it in this marathon, because I don't think many people have shown off this in a marathon ever. So.
Also, here you'll see our first instance of a used demo dash. It's not going to be the one that does the big skip, but it's going to be more of a minor one.
Yeah, this one only saves a second or 2, if that, but this is what it looks like. Nice, awesome, okay. So what happened there? Madeline just dashed through dust bunnies. That is also not allowed. This is cheating. I'm gonna
Get me banned.
report you to SPD. Yeah. And so basically what happens is if you dash in a crouched state, Madeline's hitbox changes to 4 pixels, which is exactly the amount of space that, or the amount of space between the dust bunnies there. So you can just barely squeeze through there. And we shout out to the devs, because we found demo dashing named by Demo Jameson, and we found it, we told the devs about it, and instead of dashing it out, they actually made a button for it. That's what I mean by the devs are so speedrunner friendly. Shout out to the devs, love the devs, Noel, Maddie, anybody who worked on the game, specifically Kevin. I love Kevin.
We'll refer to him later.
We'll see why I love Kevin later.
Yep.
Also, we didn't talk about this, but this is Oshiro. This is what happens if you leave a bad review on Yelp for a hotel, everybody. Don't do it.
I also did not want to comment on this until I was done, but that was a very good resort. That's probably my best
That
ever.
was very played. Yeah. I didn't want to jinx it because I'm known for jinxing. But while we move into Chapter 4 here, this, again, like we said, this game's very fast-paced. If you want to fire off anything you have to mention, Freepup, I'd love to hear it.
Yes, thank you very much. I just wanted to remind folks about one of the incentives we have open for our next run, Peggle. getting to choose which pedal that Satan herself will be playing. Right now, it's a very close bid war. Literally less than $1 between the lead and second place. Right now, in the lead, we have Peggle Deluxe with Peggle Knights in second. But it's anyone's game. If you want to see Satan run the harder version of the harder game of the two, but make sure you get your donations in. Make sure when you put in that donation, make sure you select the bid war incentive and put it towards the game that you want to see run. But yeah, thank you so much. We'll hand it back to the runner.
For sure. Thank you. So this is chapter 4. We have wind. Everybody loves wind. Wind is so much fun. Don't you just love wind?
Yeah. So wind in this game is that was that was something.
Wind in this game falls off the edge.
Yeah. Wind in this game is very annoying, but we can use it to our advantage for certain spots. Normally it will kind of make you have to rethink a way that you do it room casually. But for speedrunners, we don't really care. We use it for our advantage and basically send it in some rooms where we can use a wind to gain a bunch of momentum and skip a bunch of parts. I'll take second spike jump there.
That one's very easy. It has a setup.
Yep.
Shoutouts to Mario Bros. 3.
You'll see why.
Anybody like Mario Bros. 3?
Where in the background?
Goodbye.
And here's our
You see
fourth
Matt,
heart.
now she's gone.
Or third heart, actually. So our last heart, we're not going to collect any more hearts and levels because the B-sides, whenever you complete a B-side, you get a heart. So we're going to use that as our fourth heart.
Yeah, and that will be in the next chapter. That was kind of an oversight that they made. That if you beat a B-side, it'll still let you play the next A-side. So we use that to, for categories that need hearts, but also in any percent because 5B is just faster in general. So this is the actual wind section where it's gonna start being more detrimental. But wind does not affect you if you're dashing or in a current dashing space. So thankfully, because we're speedrunners and we're fast, we're going to make it so that it doesn't really affect us that much. That almost affected us.
Yeah.
But we're good.
We are okay.
And you saw a lot of skips there, skipping, riding some platforms and stuff like that. Just like small micro optimizations on how to do screens faster. That is what this game is built off of.
I also would like to shout out Joey, the last room that we just did. We got a strat that is 1 second slower but looks cool.
Yeah. That's what I build myself off of.
Of course. Where I got it from.
I am. Yeah, you got that from me too.
I got that.
You got dashing straight to a pit for me. That's my specialty. The other thing that's interesting is Milton plays on keyboard and I play on controller, so we are very different runners. We recently did the last time I played this game, as in a speedrun sense, was actually at PACE summer this year. That's unfortunate.
That's a
we did a co-op relay run of all red berries, and it was really interesting to switch between a controller player and a keyboard player.
Very different, well, similar obviously play styles because we do the same or similar strats, but for every single room there is some sort of variation of what we do, and it kind of goes hand in hand with what controller and what keyboard's good for, because there are personal preference. There's no real correct way to play the game. Some will argue that controller is better for feather movement, which is true. Some will argue
that is very true.
keyboard for precision, which is also true, but it's all personal preference at the end of the day.
Yeah, most people actually, most top runners use a combination of both. They use a joystick for feather and then keyboard for everything else. And this is the final room. That's unfortunate. I should stop saying things like this.
Okay, I accidentally buffered my dash, which caused me to die.
Oh no.
So another major mechanic, buffering dashes. So in this game, it does allow you to dash 1 or 2 frames earlier than you're able to, which basically makes it so that it inputs it on the very first frame that you can dash. It's a complicated thing, but just keep in mind, if it looks like I'm dashing extremely fast, it's because I'm buffering it.
Yeah. There's a lot of buffering that goes into this game. Shoutouts to the D sides, which is required to buffer
Yep.
in order to beat it. So this is Mirror Temple. We are going to be here for a very short amount of time in the A side because, like we said before, the B side is faster and it also gives us a part afterwards. And we need 4. And where are you going? Where are you going?
Okay.
Where are you going?
There you go.
Okay.
Sometimes reverse dashes can be finicky. That's one of the cases.
Madeline had a place to be, and that direction was not.
So that's a good
place.
example of reverse dashes. So reverse dashes are where you dash in the opposite direction, so you can gain a little bit more distance to reset your dash. Also, is another use of using Y position. Also, before I miss it, we're gonna launch.
Yeets!
Oh, and we got the good launch.
Oh, we got the
good
yeet.
launch.
Nice. Chat, you better set yeet there. If you didn't, I'm disappointed. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. That's the worst. That's how you know you're in trouble. So this is the way that you go to get the B-side cassette. This works out because it is all cassettes, so we had to get the cassette anyways. So yeah, we're just going to do the B-side afterwards, and you'll get to see what the B-sides are kind of like. They're basically just remixed levels. They're kind of the same length as the A-sides, but immensely harder. With way more spikes.
Yep.
Okay, don't okay.
Yep. Make sure of it.
Milton did a few practice runs, and you re-entered A side a few times. So,
No, I entered 1B.
You entered a B
Yeah.
side a few times, yeah. Okay, so this is 5B. This has a lot of interesting things to talk about.
I'm gonna
A lot
be
of-
completely quiet for this because I have to focus.
Yeah, this is hard. Starting off, we have a skip called Bubs Drop. This is found by a runner, a top runner named Bye-Bye. And this is, if he gets it, very helpful and a really cool strat. But it is pretty much frame perfect. So I'm gonna be quiet and let you focus on this here, and then I'll explain it after. Oh, that was like a frame late. Okay, so basically you kind of saw what he was going for there. Basically, when you enter a screen transition, you have like two frames as you're entering the screen transition to buffer a jump or just like do a jump like to kick off the wall, and you have to hit jump and let go of jump. You need to press jump for a total of 1 frame. So some people, what I do is I just map my my right stick on my controllers. This is another reason that controller is better for some people, is you can remap your buttons to a control stick. So I just remap my right control stick to jump and pause and just twirl my stick around. But unfortunately, he cannot do that.
Yep.
So it's a lot harder for you to do that.
Yep. And
oh, but you got that first try. Okay.
I actually learned a
Very
setup
hard
for
to
it,
do.
which gets me it perfectly, which is why you saw me dash a few times before that.
You gotta teach me that.
Alright, we're gonna...
I hate that strat.
Alright, still very good
that-
considering we missed bump drop.
Yeah, also that dash at the end, I have died there before.
Yeah, it is
So,
a lot more precise than it looks. So now we get to through the
that
mirror.
is long.
This is one of my favorite sections of the game because everything goes to, well, bad, we'll put it that way. We get these
also,
seekers.
Yeah, seekers are a thing. Also, we haven't mentioned it yet, but the music of this game is actually like legitimately incredible. I'm gonna shout out Lena Rain here, who is one of my favorite composers in video game music. So thanks, Lena.
Also, another skip coming up very soon. Called Seeker Bound. Oh, that was...
Can you guess what we're gonna do?
Yeah. Judging by
So the
these guys.
Yeah, the seekers here, you can bounce off them to regain your dash, and they also explode. And if you're in the radius of them exploding, like that little like wave that they give off, they'll actually launch you. So you learned this today.
I did.
I think.
Yep.
So we're gonna go for this because it looks really cool.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh.
nice. That's part 1. There's
Okay, we
a
did
part
not
2.
top lock. Nice, okay, cool.
Very good. Okay. Very good. Nice. Okay, you're
We're
good.
okay.
We saved these. Okay. Okay, this is Theo. Theo has amazing text that we will not be reading. Mainly because that's happened.
Oh.
Oh, dang, that's
That's a new one for me, yeah.
But if you play the game casually, please read Theo's text. Theo is a character, a side character in this game. You can actually see him multiple times throughout the game, but this is the first time we're seeing him. Is in this chapter. And Theo played way too much Candy Crush, and it was not healthy for him. So this is where he's currently standing right now.
Also, notice how he just said, "This isn't canon, is it?" He breaks the fourth wall because he's the goat.
Yeah. Any custom map that has Theo in it, you always have to read the Theo dialogue. It's always amazing. Also, this room is clearly impossible.
Yep, and it is impossible.
Yep. Oh man, he's such a prophet.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
All right, but that is 5B almost.
Almost.
We still have the art room or the cassette room. The cassette room is what we call these rooms with the cassette blocks. And there we go. Nice. That is a B-side done in literally 4 minutes. That is quick.
And that is our fourth and final part that we're gonna get for this run.
Yep. We now have the 4 hearts we need to enter core.
So now we're gonna get to Reflection, and Reflection is this man's specialty, so I will have him explain it.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Reflection. As named by this guy over here. I'm known for getting like insanely good Reflection A-sides for some reason for my skill level, and getting them deathless. Maybe we'll see that here.
What's gonna happen? Okay.
I was willing to hype you up, and you just got me down. So this is Reflection. We get to introduce to these guys. I'm gonna let him speak for himself. That is Kevin. This is a Kevin block. Shout out to Kevin Regami from Power Up Audio. He did all the audio design for Celeste, or most of it. And there's a lot of wonderful sound design in this game. And then there's Kevin warbling into a microphone underwater.
My go.
And that's what that is. Shout out to Kevin. Kevin and Noel are 2 devs that I actually have had the privilege of commentating with at different marathons. I actually got to meet Noel in person at PAX West, so that was really cool.
Yep.
And then Kevin I've interacted with a couple times.
So here we'll try for a launch. We will not get it. We'll try one more time. Nope. Okay, that's okay.
Oh, yeah, going for it again. That launch is what, as Punchy called it at GDQ, we call that Revo's nonsense. But unfortunately, we didn't get it. It basically just flings you to the cassette.
Yeah. It is very precise, and it is, what I actually learned is a 2-frame trick, which is why I wasn't going to go for it many times.
That's fair. It does look really cool, though.
It looks cool if you get it.
Don't worry, there's another fling yourself
There is another fling yourself
later on here. There is? Oh, never mind. You missed it. You can fling yourself there, but it 9 times out of 10 will send you to your doom.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of better that you didn't get it. Also, we do these rooms completely different. This part of Reflection, they give you a choice. You can go either top route or bottom route. I always go all top route, except for like 1 room, and you do a few rooms different than I do. So
I do bottom then top route. And you just go top and top.
Yeah. Yeah, well I do bottom for 1 of them, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one because you literally have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, this part we don't have too much going on. If you want to read off anything that you have to read off.
Yes, of course, thank you. I just wanted to remind folks about our next big milestone target that we're trying to hit. If we can reach $1,025, also known as the amount of money raised during the first Prevent-a-thon, our very own wonderful Selkooth line will be running Bin Rhythm XD. We have to reach that target by sometime later tomorrow, so we have plenty of time. But yeah, please be sure to get your donations in. Thank you.
Good. I definitely want to see that run. Cell is a great runner.
I agree.
Yes. That's all I have to say. So anyways.
Aww. I was trying to go above it, but I didn't get enough fight.
Great runner and a great host of this event.
Yeah.
So, by the way, I want to shout out just everybody who's part of tech for this event, specifically for this slot. This run was supposed to be a Splatoon run by me, and my Wii U gamepad broke. So I have to shout out Milton for stepping up and bringing a backup run in my stead.
Of course.
So right here, these these jumps and like falls look really scary. They do have setups where the devs are made a dev intended setup on the walls so that it works every single time. Chapter 6, which is Reflection, as you're seeing here, this is supposed to be a fully underwater chapter, and that's what that would have been like. That was kind of their homage to it. Thank God they didn't do that. Thank you, devs.
Also, we got a very important trick. When can you miss it?
This is called Battle Line Boost. Here we go. Oh no! Death 2 just added.
Insult to injury.
Okay. Normally you can just, if you get a good yeet there, you can literally go straight into Battle Line. The reason why that death happened was because Milton thought he made it into Battle Line and then tried to skip the cutscene.
Yeah. So what happened there was I went to go to the cutscene and I hit a wall because I was too low, and that caused my death because I was muscle memory skipping the cutscene.
Yeah, so runners of this game, we have a bind to either our controller or a key to either automatically skip a cutscene or automatically die. They are both the same input by pausing, going down, and then pressing A. So it leads to funny moments like that. So this is, I almost said this is Celeste. This is Battle Line. Battle Line went to Domino's and decided to order some pizza, and she's trying to share it with us. Right there, she shared the sausage. And then we also had the pepperoni slices that she was throwing at us.
There they are.
So, we're not really hungry, so, you know, we're not gonna... I'm sorry, I'm just gonna pass this time. I love my pizza as much as the next person, but not today. Also, this music is really good.
Yep. Enjoy the music while you can.
while you can. Yeah,
Oh.
The thing I don't like about speedrunning this game is the fact that we don't get to hear the music as much. Like the cassette block music, when we get to like the cassette rooms. Oh, it's so good, but like we barely get to hear any of it. If you want really good music, just look up the full OST on YouTube.
Or Spotify. It's on Spotify as well.
Or Spotify, yeah. Actually, do it on Spotify. It'll probably help out later on a lot more. So yeah, this is the Battle Line fight. Celeste does have a technically final boss, even though this isn't the final chapter of the story. I did you a favor. You aren't a mountain climber. I'm just trying to help you. There's your lord. So... what I like about Celeste is it doesn't make the boss fight like super complex or anything like that. The only way that you can damage Battle Line is by running into her. And that makes it really cool because it leaves a lot up to the player on how to do it. Where are you?
I'm not sure.
Madeline forgot her car keys. You
I
had to go
forgot
grab them.
them. I had to go get that.
I had to go pick them up from Battle Line.
This is another thing with the keyboard versus controller bait. Sometimes more prominent on keyboard, but you can misinput and it will send you in a whole different direction.
Yeah. And yeah, as you can see here, this is basically Battle Line got really mad at us, and now she's like throwing parts of the stage at us. That's the second phase of the fight. But we actually use a lot of her doing that to our advantage to get ultras and stuff like that. So really cool.
And this is the final room, hence why it is so long.
Yep. And nice, you got that wall jump just to swag on her.
Just to swag on her. But,
So now, in terms of storyline, you saw level up there. Madeline and Battle Line, they fused together to become one super line. And now we have 2 dashes. That's all the lore I'm willing to give. And that's all you're going to get.
Yep.
And that's the end of chapter 6. Pretty much.
And...
you gotta wait for your little feet to hit there.
Alright.
But there we go. So you're probably looking at this estimate and being like, oh my god, we are gonna be so far underestimate. Like we only have 2 chapters left. This level takes 10
Well,
minutes.
boy, do I have a level for you. 11 minutes of
I have a
a
10-minute
gauntlet.
chapter for you. So I have a 10-minute chapter for you. So welcome to Summit. This is basically a we have a final challenge at home. And this is it. This is going to be basically a recap of everything that we just did. In Chapter 6, Battle Line sent us down to the very bottom of the mountain, who is basically, and battle lines like our internal demons, like the bad part of us basically, and all of our negative feelings. And so now we are climbing our way back up. So we're going to see remixes of all the chapters that we've seen, starting off with chapter 6, which is the bottom, and we're going to get to the top, just like a hit song starting from the bottom, and then we're going to get to the top.
And here is where, in my opinion, some of the best movement happens. This is one of my favorite, if not my favorite level, because
This section is really good.
it has some really cool stuff now that you have 2 dashes. Like, for example, this, where you can just skip the entire intended route.
Who needs that? Like, oh. And we also have some really cool launches coming up with these blocks as well, which is going to be really cool. But yeah, there's something to talk about in like every section of Summit, pretty much.
Yep.
That's really cool.
There you go.
So right here we're going to... Oh, we'll get to that. That's fine. You can usually do a bunny hop past that spring, but if you hit the spring, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But right here, we're going to go for this.
I was a little too low on that.
Yeah, you can skip...
Although I am going to do this.
Boom! Okay.
We love abusing hitboxes of spikes.
Again, if you're holding away from spikes, they can't hear you, so...
Yep. Also here,
And,
we're gonna do what's called Dream Hypers. Not intended, and whoa, I don't even think it's taught, but basically, if you dash and jump at a specific angle out of a dream block, you can do a hyper dash out of it, like this.
So that is taught in D-sides, actually. But it's not taught in A-sides. Or B-sides. B-sides teaches you that you can jump out of a dream block, which is really cool. But you can, like Milton said, you can hyper out of them. You can also get 2 jumps out of them. If you have 2 jump buttons, you can just hit them both at the same time and get double the speed. So that's really cool. There's a lot of things that go in with dream blocks. And each section of Summit ends with this battle line section, where she's gonna help us by being a nice little orb for us. I actually really like this section because it's more cycles, but the cycles here are way cooler. It also has what we call the Ultra Dash room, which we're gonna get to pretty soon. As you can see,
we're gonna make a pit stop though.
That is true. We do have to make a quick stop at McDonald's. We have to get our cassette. We will get back to your regularly scheduled Summit gameplay right after these messages. And there's the message.
All right, we're back. Okay.
Speaking of messages,
we started with the
okay.
of course.
Actually, I was gonna throw it to donations, but we probably should wait till after.
We'll do it after this section because I think next section doesn't have too much interesting.
Yeah, this section has
this coming up.
This room coming up, the next room, which is what I alluded to earlier, the Ultra Dash room.
Blink and you'll miss it.
It's really cool.
And there we go.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. And coming up here, okay. I like how you go off like the really hard routes
yeah.
and then you do a death I'm not ready for. Shout out to Frank Z, RAP to Frank Z. That's the dog room. The dust bunnies make up the shape of a dog, and we do that in honor of Frank Z. And here's the battle line room. So if you have anything to mention, that would be a good time going into the next section.
Yes, I do. We have a pair of donations here I wanted to read off, including $1 from our very own Cell saying we need Peggle Knights for more puzzle run. Smiley face. And we also have $5 from Satan herself saying deviously, even devilishly if you will, influencing my own bid war, and donating towards the bonus game tomorrow at the same time. I'm so mesmerized by this run, and Koalaila is going so fast. Dash to victory.
That was a great timing after that. Thank you.
Yeah, so that was thank you for those donations. How dare you donate for your own run? That's sacrilege. I'm joking. But so right here, this is auto scroller skip. We could wait for auto scrollers for more speed run. This is the casual room. Only casuals die on this room, so Milton won't die on this room because it's casual. Surely. Okay, we did.
We didn't die.
So I saw you taking a little safe there for that
Yep.
reason. So moving on here, wind, but this time going the right way, so we get to go new.
Yeah, nothing really interesting.
really like
we
it.
don't even really use these moving blocks. This is the only part where we use it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much 2000. We get to
Yeah,
2500 after
most-
this. My personal favorite.
The most interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say the most interesting one is of 2500. Right there, that was a trick. I'm not gonna say it because this is PG-13, but the the acronym is ASS for that trick. So shout out to the Celeste community making wonderful, wonderful trick names. I think I'm allowed to say that in PG-13. So yeah, you're welcome. Blame the Celeste community, not me for that one. So this is 2500. This trick, there's a trick coming up here. There's two tricks actually. One is kind of important. This one coming up here, key skip. Here it is. Oh,
Nope, one more time. There we go.
for the fans. Okay, here we go. That is key skip. You need to do two really hard spike jumps. You don't even have to press anything on the control.
Yep,
so
all you
yeah,
have to do is just time your
jump,
first jump.
Yeah, but coming up is the most important skip here. It saves 9 years. If Milton doesn't get here, make sure to add 9 years onto the estimate. It's very important to do so because we will go very far with our estimate. So here we go.
And 9 years
But it's
saved.
easy every time. Oh, let's go. That saves 1 second. But,
That saves us 1 second and loses about 6 if you miss it, so very worth.
As someone who's been in the Celeste community since early 2019, early 2018, that has been a joke that if you don't do door skip, your run's banned. So, chat, I need your help with this. There are these flags here. Look, I need to make sure you guys are able to count, and I think you guys are able to count, but I just want to, keep you guys in check. So, as he's hitting these flags, make sure to count them out in chat. Because we're at 28 right now, so I should be seeing all these numbers in chat flooding in. So these are going to go by really quick, by the way. We're also going to skip some, so if he skips some, don't do
It's
it.
of course to catch you off guard. Make sure you're paying attention.
Yes, this is our
Having a little moment there.
this is your kindergarten test. This is the final climb. This is not where time is, by the way. I'm going to quickly make sure this is known right now. We do have one more chapter after this for all cassettes, and that would be core. But this is the end of where any percent normally would be. This is the final climb. We have 30 flags to climb up, and we also have not only that, 3 different sections. This is the downwind section. This coming up here is a lot of people's favorite, which is the upwind section, because you're going to be nice and floaty. Yeah. And then we have the neutral wind or no wind section, which is going to be the end. The last, I think, 5 flags.
Yeah,
But this is definitely, like, a cool section.
Yeah, I would like to say it's really funny because this section is a lot of people's favorite to watch, but if you talk to any runner, you'll know that we do not like actually playing this section.
It's scary.
It's
There's a
very,
lot of
difficult,
scary
and it's
flags on here.
very, it looks a lot harder than it is. Or it looks a lot easier than it is, rather.
Yeah. I also want to shout out the,
Like this. This little miniature skip here.
oh yeah, this one coming up here is very tight. I would go for this. Oh my god. That's very tight.
And a misinput. Classic.
Bro, every time
Every
you
classic.
do something tight. that's the classic right there. It's a marathon
No
classic.
10 skip because we're running a marathon. I don't like going for in marathons.
I love doing 10 skip. I've ran this in person marathons a few times, and shout out to the audiences during that because they get to, yell out the flags in person, and every time I skip a flag, they always go "Aww," and it's always funny to catch them off guard. So we are at 6 here. We have one more in upwind. And we're just going to go ahead and climb on up here. No 5. I better not see a 5 in chat. We're keeping you on your feet. We're making sure you have a beating pulse right now.
Yep, of course. Beating pulse and a working mind.
Two things that everybody should have.
Of course. Oh, that was close.
That was very close. You very scary there. Also, get your guesses in for death count because we are gonna get a death count here.
This is bad.
A little. Ooh, you save these. We save these. Now, I'm a big fan of two skip, but I know you don't like doing that. So.
I'm not a big fan.
You're a small fan. And that is any percent. Any percent in sub 40 for all cassettes.
I'm not gonna jinx anything, but I am gonna jinx something. This is the fastest I've ever done it, so we'll see what happens. This could potentially be a PB.
Might be on a PB pace. just a little bit of a heads up.
Alright.
Oh wow, only 41.
Only 41 out of
and a lot of those only cost like 2 seconds.
Yep.
I was, again, a tradition is to donate per death. I recently did that for a different marathon, so I don't have the money to do that for this one. But if anybody wants to donate per death, even if it's $1, look, I think that would be really hype. And I think everybody at Prevent-a-thon would appreciate it, and also the cause that we are raising money towards would also appreciate it. So this is Core. Core is very interesting. This is the final chapter of the run. Just giving a heads up to tech, it's probably going to be about like 5-ish minutes from here, maybe less. So what happened there?
We did not.
So Core is...
Come on.
So Core is interesting because you don't refresh your dashes unless you hit a crystal or a screen transition happens. And it also has the wonderful thing of switching between hot and cold, which we're not going to do right there. That was first try, very nice. Right there we just did ice skip. That saves about a minute of going around and doing a loop to switch it to ice, like right here. So instead we just, don't do that.
And this is my personal favorite chapter in the game, I would say. I've taken a lot of pride in perfecting this chapter because I think that's some really cool stuff. One of the cool tricks that I love is a different version of ice skip in a chapter called, or a category called all red berries, where you do a huge launch to get a lot of momentum to skip the ice switch that we previously mentioned, and you would need it normally for a berry. Well, with that launch, we don't do that, but unfortunately we cannot show it here. That's the first. Oh,
that was a weird one. So now we have this rising lava section. Okay,
I
we're
just
good.
dropped you in with my bad. Not the lava anyone.
Madelon's having a time, and so yeah, we have these conveyor belts and stuff like that in Core as well. And later on, we're also going to be able to see a really cool section where when we switch the between hot and cold, it's going to switch how the lava is moving. So yeah, this entire chapter is definitely the most unique, and that's why I actually like doing it in speedruns, because it definitely has like the most unique strats and stuff like that, and most difficult strats for a lot of categories.
This is also another minor skip I'm going to go for to my dash. There we go.
Nice. And that makes it so that we don't have to get that dash crystal over here. Very nice skip. This room sucks, by the way.
Yep. Specifically in all red berries, and this one is not that bad. All red berries, you have to get that, and anything can and will go wrong. I choked multiple PBs to that one berry, which is the last berry in the run.
Everybody has. Yeah, that is the 175th berry in the run.
Oh, I did that way too quickly. Speedrunner gets punished because, like, for being fast.
This category used to be Milton's favorite, or like one of your favorites to run, but then you got introduced to all red berries, and you have become a big fan of that category.
Also, very interesting mechanic just happened that I'm going to mention because I don't have that happen usually. But what just happened there is I had a thing called a ghost grab where I touched the floor, but I didn't refresh my, well, it's core, but you don't refresh it. But I didn't refresh my stamina, so I was completely out of stamina there, which was interesting.
Yeah, so this is what I meant before by like the rising and lowering lava and hitting the switches will actually change the direction. We are going to skip some switches and also do some ways or some areas a little bit not intentional. So yeah, you're supposed to use these. Oh, you do use these. Okay,
Yeah.
I normally don't. Interesting. That's what I mean by like every runner's different with what strats they use. And that's what I like about this game as a speedrun is if you're seeing some of these strats, you're like, dang, this is hard. You don't have to do half the stuff he's doing.
Most of the strats that
can
I'm
run this
doing
game-
save like a second or so they're very avoidable.
You can run this game and this game starting off is just don't die to the simulator, but then you start getting better at the game and going faster, and that's speedrunning. So yeah, and this is the final cassette room. Time is not gonna actually be here because it's kind of lame if we end time here and not finish the chapter. So instead we are gonna actually finish core right afterwards. So you played it so close to
That I was one frame too late. But it's okay.
So get ready on time here. Time is going to be in about less than like 30 seconds. It's going to be when the heart text pops up after getting the heart.
Very important. It's not on heart grab. It's on heart text showing up. I also have to check because
So,
I don't know if this is PB or not.
I will check for you.
Yeah. And time. There you go. 44-44.
Nice.
A very nice.
Is your PB on the leaderboard?
It's not.
correct?
It's submitted. I'm gonna
Oh,
check
no.
real quick. We'll keep the suspense.
Oh, everybody, get your drum rolls in chat. Very good run, though. Very good.
Congratulations.
It is a PB by 11 seconds. Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
Congratulations. I did really quick want to just butt in and say that we have officially raised $400 for Little Warriors.
Nice.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Yeah, that was a great run, Koala. Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to Celeste. Shout out to the Celeste community,
Yes.
and shout out to the devs, and shout out to you, 3Pup. Thanks for being an amazing host.
Yeah, of
And
course.
thank you, Joey, for commentating.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I am gonna quickly plug my run on Saturday. We are both gonna be back. I'm gonna be running the best horror game in Horror Block, Golf with Your Grandmother, on Saturday night. So that definitely check in for that run. It's gonna be something. But yeah, this is a very good run. Very happy to be a part of this, and GG's on the PB. That's huge.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Alrighty. Thank you. Yeah, that run was incredible. So make sure you stick around, folks. We're gonna take a quick break, but when we're back, we're going to go get ready for some Peggle. So please stay around.